So here's the funny thing. Relativistic mass isn't really a thing. Relativistic mass is one of those convenient lies that you're told as you're learning physics, because if you front load the whole explanation, it just gets a little bit too complicated. It's student friendly, but it's not correct. Like, you kind of have to get people to get through their head that mass and energy are two sides of the same coin. And you also have to get it through people's heads that nothing can move the speed of light. So this idea that the more energy you put into something, the more mass it has and the more energy it takes to accelerate, so you never quite hit the speed of light, again, is very useful for students, but it's not quite correct. So you're probably familiar with momentum, right? The concept of momentum is pretty cut and dry. Basically, if you have a big thing, it's harder to stop moving. If you have a fast thing, it's harder to stop moving. In our day-to-day lives, momentum equals mass times velocity. The thing is, there's a hidden term in that equation that we just don't deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's actually momentum equals gamma times mass and velocity. And gamma is basically a relativistic change that you encounter when you move close to the speed of light. In day-to-day life, with basically everything we encounter, gamma it's just 1. So we just drop it out of the equation. But when you get closer and closer to the speed of light, gamma blows up. At 99% the speed of light, gamma is 7 point something. And this is how we get to the concept of relativistic mass. We're taught that momentum is mass times velocity, and most of the time gamma is negligible, so we drop it from the equation. So to avoid telling people that momentum equals mass times velocity is wrong, physics professors basically just lumped in gamma with mass and came up with the term relativistic mass. And since gamma gets larger the closer you go to the speed of light, that term, that relativistic mass, gets bigger the closer you get to the speed of light. So it's an easy way to understand the concept of relativistic momentum. The objects don't actually add any new mass when they move close to the speed of light. Relativistic momentum isn't really real. It's just a shortcut.